Well, hello everyone.
Oh, squash bug,
What are we
Squash
picking,
bugs.
Bridget?
the squash bugs.
There's squash bugs. I know this time of year there are squash bugs, but as you can see, our cattle panel trellis is full. We've got beautiful cucumbers and we have spaghetti squash. I decided to try this because spaghetti squash is a kind of a crazy vining plant, but it produces somewhat heavy fruit, but not super huge fruit. Fruit that definitely the plant can hold on its vine, and it was a success. You can see here. I think on this one 6 inches by 8 foot of ground space. Now we're obviously using vertical space here.
Daddy.
What, you want to pick them? But I don't know, 30, 40 pounds of spaghetti squash here. A lot of spaghetti squash. We're gonna pick our first spaghetti squash. Whew, those stems are nice and hard, but look at that.
There's another one next to it.
I know. Now we're gonna test out this variety. I believe this is as ripe as we need to let it get.
Daddy.
But you could pick them like this and let them sit for a couple of weeks and they will get more yellow as well. But we're gonna pick some for dinner tonight.
No, mine said we're gonna pick some
Oh yeah,
for at Sugar and Gigi too. Mine said we're gonna save some at Sugar and Gigi too.
Look at that spaghetti squash.
Daddy.
Now you can obviously grow different varieties, and now this variety
Dad, here's one.
is really
Here's one.
just a perfect size spaghetti
Daddy,
squash for
Daddy,
us.
this one too.
We like to slice them in half and either just bake them like that, and so you get that kind of spaghetti squash you can pull out. But my favorite way is we'll slice them in half, and Dr. Miller will either make a red sauce or a white Alfredo type sauce, pour it in there and bake it. It's amazing. It really is amazing. What do you think, Doc?
Like a personal
3 here,
bake.
that's probably enough for dinner, or one more?
Oh, that's enough for dinner.
That's enough for dinner. All right, Bridge, we're gonna let these ones wait a little bit longer.
That one.
But you can see here, this was just a major success. I've been,
Sugar and Gigi.
yes, we will. I've been super happy with it. You can just see here, you can see how the plants are obviously looking a little bit shabby. It's getting hot and later into the summer. We're in July, but hey, those are awesome. And then you just look, they're hanging there. There's no question. You don't have to wonder, oh, is there spaghetti squash? I gotta go find it. No, it's here. Same thing with the cucumbers. A big fan. We're a big fan. Cattle panels, but that's our spaghetti squash. We're super excited about that. But here,
It's heavy. It's heavy, Dada.
okay, you can set it down if you want.
I want you to carry it down.
What's on this one?
That one, what happened with this one is I planted my summer squash before I got these cattle panels in, and that's the opposite. The squash ends up kind of
Shading out.
stunting your plant. So these are climbing beans, pole beans. They will be all right because this squash is going to come out eventually. But you definitely want your trellises planted before
Daddy,
your
they're in the way.
beds. I know, they're in the way.
We can't take out my squash because you're getting into my
And we also are testing using
Daddy.
kind of just one cattle panel pushed back to keep from shading out the potentially. Yes, the watermelons are climbing. Potentially shading out. I don't know that I've really seen a big difference. We'll see. We've got some more spaghetti squash growing. So more spaghetti squash growing over here. We really like spaghetti squash. I don't know if we really like it that much, but we'll see. And then we've got noodle beans. We've got yard-long beans. Look at these beans. These are
Technically a cowpea?
They're technically a cowpea. Now this one is just about a perfect size here to pick. You can see that. These are nice because you can pick just handfuls of them and then you can cut them to whatever size. So if you're going to be canning them in, say, quart jars, you can cut them here. If you're going to can them in pint jars, you can go like that, or you can cut them into just little sections if you're going to freeze them. But those are pretty neat. Thank you all for tuning into today's video. Thanks for liking, sharing, subscribing, and following along with our family. Thanks for tuning into the garden, and we'll see you back here in the garden, in the kitchen, on the farm sometime soon. Bye-bye, everyone.